Hi everyone, hope you're doing really well. Did anybody catch the Eurovision Song Contest last night? If they did, what did they think? Did they think it was a fair outcome? Well, I actually thought that this time round, I don't have that many complaints about it. I actually thought that Nemo from Switzerland was really good. I was surprised about only one thing, and that was that the final vote pushed Israel right up the ladder. They were doing terribly, terribly bad, weren't they, in the early vote? They had hardly any points. But then when it came down to those final votes, it just seems to change quite a lot, the dynamics of the whole competition. Can sometimes rest on that final vote. And so that pushed them right up, and it pushed Ukraine right up. So I wasn't surprised that those two countries were together in that final vote. But I certainly do not have any complaints about Nemo. I thought he was really good. I thought the way he did that waver with his voice. The song was called The Code, wasn't it? But he did this unbelievable sort of vibratory waver with his voice when he was on the high note. And I thought that it sounded really, really good. I mean, I turned up my volume on my system, and yeah, I wasn't bothered about the neighbours, to be honest with you. I just turned everything right up, and I just thought that he had a really, really good voice. There was a couple of more singers that I liked. I thought the French act was really good. And of course I did like Baby Lasagna. I thought that song was one of them chants that gets into your brain. It came second. I wasn't surprised at that. You know, it was really between Croatia, wasn't it, and Switzerland. You could say that it was a two-horse race at that point. So I don't have any major concerns about the Eurovision this time. I didn't actually think it was as political as my first fears were. You know, I actually thought before the competition that we were going to be faced with something of a rigged competition. I do not believe it was rigged in any way. I was just surprised, that's all, that the final vote pushed Israel and Ukraine together close like that. But I guess when I say I'm surprised, I was expecting it to be even worse than that. You know, I had this fear that had they have done much better in the earlier votes, they could possibly, both those countries, have finished first and second. It was because it was so unpopular, the first vote. They got many boos, didn't they? The Israel contestant, what was she called? Eden Golan. She sung it well. In fact, I don't think any of the artists mispronounced anything when they were singing. I thought all their vocals were like, well, pristine. Which made me think that, are they really singing live? Because it was just immaculate. How can you throw yourself around the stage with such exertion and yet belt out a perfect vocal? I couldn't understand how they could do it. But there you go. The Eurovision has had many critics in the past. Many people think it is political. And in the past, I would say, yes, 100% it's political. And that's probably why the UK is always voted low. Because people don't really like the UK around Europe. But this time, I think it was fair. And that's all I want to say. That I'm just happy that everything turned out the way it did. So I can't complain. So I'm just going to apologise for thinking the worst of the Eurovision when I didn't need to. It proved me wrong. They did a great job. Can't wait for it next year now. I never used to like it about 10 years ago, but now I'm getting older. All this cheesy Euro pop, I'm starting to really like it. I don't know. What does that say about me? See ya.